Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm called Arthur and I'm here for the Car Weekly Roundup. This is our new segment. I'm excited. I hope you are excited too. So every Saturday we'll be uploading this video and we'll tell you about what has happened in the world of cars. Yonna. Which take you to be bagamba. Just for the record, this button is not my idea. The director has told me, Mbobo yagala sponsor, you have to be humble, Mbosibe pesa, barabentoli muntu avunanyizibwa, tibasobola okujja agambe program yo katugi sponsoring, nebi nayo tubite adangamba sebo mbunsanide nebirevu. Adanga mbuno n'abantu abakote bogera nabo ngo ine enkofira ku mutwe. Ne mugambe ne enkofira yo mutonzi waffe yasalawo yaffe. But I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. Enkube ekukubye tekukubye. Naye obekukubye bate kukubye fe we have to keep going. I know you guys already heard that a Tesla killed people. Yes, they got an accident. Emoroka negano okwegula enzigi. Buyaganya okwegula enzigi. Abantu ne basigala mu mwawonye mundo zo omuntu omu. The rest of the people died. Yakuto omuliro ne bafiira omwo ne babaninga. Sad. Kati emoroka z'amasannyalaze tuzaagana gye tulaga. Emoroka eziri computerized gye tulaga simanyi na kumanya. Because had it been in Uganda, olugula atejukira ka Tesla, people were Elon Musk yali atulaga wano it's bulletproof, endabirwamu y'amaanyi kati endabirwamu nonya ne bw'ojaasa nga tolaba. Ekitegeera, but noli eyafulumya yasobodde okufuluma because bayasizza endabirwamu somehow. But that's a sad thing. And of course, this month we have a new top speed. Tuina top speed world record holder. Mwemuza nyemoroka ekyasinza okudduka si Subaru Forester. Si Mark X. I saw this guy avuga kavitis RS alioko ku TikTok wananga vimba agamba emoroka yange simanye ekola bichi waliwo no guy wa Mark X owolubuto kati wabaona oli omusajja oli omulalo wa Subaru bagenda ne bensoma wana kati emoroka temugisobola. And when they are testing the top speed bagese emoroka esinga okudduka tebagigeseza ku Ntebe Express, tebagigeseza ku Masaka Road, tebagigeseza ku Jinja Road oba Bomba Road. They have special parks where they take these cars and they test to see how speed they are. And of course, emoroka ekyasinza okudduka ekolebwa company ya Bugatti. Yes, Bugatti makes the fastest car and the record had been held for the past 10 years by one automaker. Yes, emoroka ebadde China record yeyo bagiyita the Hennessy Venom GT Spider. Yes, and it was broken this very summer. Bandi abazungu boba gamba summer fe tugamba Christmas season, Easter season, season ya Yidi, simanya birthday season, boba jiita summer. This summer Bugatti Mistro broke the record. Bugatti Mistro bali bapima meters per hour kanzi some. Bapima nti Bugatti Mistro eduka 282 meters per hour. Do you know what that means? Conversion. Let's convert 282 meters per hour. Chitegeza, the Bugatti Mistro can actually go up to 454 kilometers per hour. Gwe, omanje chitegeza okudduka 454 kilometers per hour. Walowera ku express ngoduka 150. Actually, engudo za ngojeko lyo lugudo lugende na Kasongola. I drove that road sometime. Ngojeko lugudo lugende na Kasongola. Which other road can you go that fast? Osegeda. So it's the fastest, 454 kilometers per hour. And then record holder, the Spider, duka 427.5 kilometers per hour. That's a difference. That's a difference of more than 20 kilometers per hour. Now, I just want us to know that when they are testing the fastest cars, it's professionals that drive these cars. And the tests are monitored by professionals with standby medical crews, fire brigades just in case the car catches fire because of a bridge. So don't go doing this at the express with your parcel. You will die. So these tests, like I said, basically are in places where they test. Now, I wanted us to compare what it takes for a Subaru to compete with the fastest car now. Remember, the fastest car is run by an 8-liter engine. Subaru za mwezina 2.5 anti mugamba zidduka mumanyo okutesomera ko wano aba Toyota temwogera kati next week I'll compare the Bugatti with the Mini Cooper na yedduka nnyo. So when we compare this Bugatti with the normal car, a normal car normally costs about abatunda empya one Uganda, one Morocco empya like a Corolla would probably cost you about 70 million shillings, yeah. Kakati bali abantu Bugatti, yeah, Bugatti esinga okudduka mu nsi yonna costinga $5 million. $5 million. That's how much the Bugatti Mistral will cost you if you want to buy it. Sagana convertinga because abagaga wana bakyasinze gwafuna dola emitwala 5 wano n'ojogensi ne bakuvunamira enzo sanga ne member ba parliament bakuvunamira wano gundi yali aziweza wano bad black ya jojo byensi si papa yali aziweza kati nkubulira nti it costs you $5 million to buy a Bugatti Mistral. And the Subaru wano boboguze wana abasinga muvuga Subaru nkade muzigule $4.5 kati just compare. Then of course the Bugatti was created with high class fiber to make it very aerodynamic and light. Kitegeze ebere wewuka so it can go through light nebwebuke dawo bulungi, and it's high class kati. They are only going to make a few pieces, but the piece that was used for the test already belongs to someone, and it costs about $14 million. Yo, it costs $5 million to make, but a piece jebaka kola yoka it will cost you about $14 million because it belongs already to a customer of Bugatti. And such cars are normally created for collectors, but it's the fastest car. And just to put context to this car, why is it special? It's special because it was developed in 9 months. And by development, I mean, ngabo nogamba ka baby kati bakali mu lubuto kakuzekana atiro kubira ready okuzala. Let's go into production. 9 months. Normally cars can take up to 5 years ngaba bali mu development only. But do you know why they were able to develop this car in under a year? That's 9 months. It's because they use virtual reality. Kati abamu kumwetamani virtual reality. Virtual reality, you guys have seen VR glasses sold by even Meta has, I think even Apple has. VR glasses, they make you see virtual reality. I remember when I was about 17 years, while wajibaitanga second world. You go into the computer, you get their figures there, you can even meet people. It's a world of its own, over second generation, something like that. Now, the Bugatti team used VR to develop in Morocco, VR, developing in VR until it was ready. So only 9 months compared to the 5 years, and of course it's going to cost you about $14 million. See 14 million shillings. Why now 14 million shillings? When I'm going to Bugatti, $14 million. And in other news, guys, I already mentioned how Tesla killed people. Tesla yasaba and tubana vambi. Tesla yasaba and tubana. And of course, while we are using these electric cars and these advanced feature cars, because remember Tesla, you don't really need to hold a handle for you to open the door, and I think that's normally the problem. So a Tesla, it crashed in Toronto, Canada, and when it crashed, amasanyalaze, it got a power outage and it got a power outage, and when that happened, banabantu bali boba amanyira, they opened their cars with the technology. I've not seen how people open the car when they're inside, but just know they did not know how to use the manual door handles. Omanyi how we open our cars, no gulao na akanyoroka na akasikabwoti. So for them, because it's a Tesla, yeah, they did not think they would need to use the manual door handles. So they did not try or even know where the handles were. So a postman was passing by, najira emoroka ngekwata omuliro, najja namenye ndabirwamu n'ataasamu omuntu omu, and because there was a lot of smoke, he could not see that there were other people in there. So unfortunately abantu abalaba bonna no bayindi, they are Indians, and they were Indians and they all died. Bonna babadde basajja according to the reports, but they are Indians and they died. So while we are using these advanced feature cars, let's try to be very very careful. We need to learn buli kintu kyebakola nga kiri automatic obanga kya computer china a manual override system. Everything that is created to be used by a computer olaba ne computers nezaffe ne chat gpt yenyini wadde osobola okuteeka butesi kagambo neekuwa naye if you don't give it the right commands it will not give you. So let's be careful for the guys. I know someone using an electric in Uganda is watching this video, so watch how use technology and always learn in case of emergencies. How do I go chovola imoroka za fezi ne nkadde zichigike kwalingako emergency window era endabirwamu yemabega ebera nyangu yakusamba in case zonna emmoroka endabirwamu yemabega eba nyangu yakusamba from the inside neyo maaso yenyini eba nyangu nyo yakusamba from the inside n'ogijjamu osobola okuyitamu, and they prepared those things specifically for that, for emergency periods in case you cannot use the computerized system or the door fails or something like that. And for you guys that didn't even know, even the headrest eyoku motoka you naye obwobuma babukolanga bwakwasa ndabirwamu. Of course yes, to hold the headrest there, but of course nabo babukozesa okwasa ndabirwamu in case you get a problem. And it's sad that this happens in a world where people know, and because someone just doesn't get a license to drive a Tesla. Davuge moroka eriye mabega ngira akimanyi nti moroka bwe failing ankola bwenti, but I think we just ignore when things are going well. We ignore the things that we used to have when things were not going very well. So that's what happened in Canada, and may God rest their souls in peace over the gods, because boba bakiza mbakatonda banji.
All right, and of course in other news, Total Energies, of course nakaiga ntipajita Total Energies marketing. So Total launched a new advanced oil for diesel engines. The Uganda government yarongoseza ya advancing the standards for engine oils, and Total yabadde egezaako corresponding to that advancement, and that's how they created the new Rubia oil gwe bakoledde diesel engines eza turbo ezitali za turbo, yeah. And in their recreation of the Rubia oil, bagamba they aim at improving performance of the engine, making it last longer, which I think is also very friendly for the environment. Anyway, nasundi say abantu bange bagenda ne bakwata ku video balabire ddala kyekigenda mu maaso.
The Rubia G Kakaga Bibiri Super or 6200 is your monograde lubricant, very well improved by 30% to make sure that you have efficient, optimal usage of your engine. It is very much today used by taxi drivers who are driving the Chigeges and not their drones. Rubia G Kakaga Bibiri Super was designed for the East African market as well as the Ugandan market to manage the sulfur content in our fuels that we purchase from stations, but most importantly, that it will give you protection against sludge. So the sludge is that we find. It also protects your engine against vibration as well as noises.
And of course, after their launch, which happened this week, basazeewo mu campaign yabwe gye bayita Beera Master Street bagenda babasomesa. They are going to be educating mechanics on oil, engine oil, how best to use which engine oil, which class of oil should go in what car, turbocharged, non-turbocharged, and they say their engine oils are good for both turbocharged and non-turbocharged engines. Zonna kasaza za diesel, taxi, drone, lorries, buses, nezine zamwe zinene zi SUVs kastebera ya diesel. The new engine oil or Rubia bamukolede engine zamwe za diesel. And of course, Platos Institute of Arts and Marketing Kampala is enrolling kids for the kids acting class. Yeah, and this class covers kids between the ages of 4 and 16. They go and of course harness and develop confidence, learn public speaking, acting for screen, stage, dance, storytelling, poetry. Holiday to enhance of course their confidence. Self-esteem. As you want to say, they can express themselves, they can tell stories and all that. The kids acting class year starts December. Immediately holidays wejiranga twenrolinga 6th December. Abana babenga ate batandika the next week. They'll be going to school or to the acting classes every Monday to Friday. Batandika sawa satu mwenda obo munona. Of course. So you go to their website platosinstitute.com and you'll be learning about the kids acting class.
And again, locally, Kariro district lost their agriculture officer called Mpigwa Deo. He died in a crash. Yawadavuga boda. A motorcycle. It's a UG motorcycle. I think it belongs to the district. One of those motorcycles that they put in the district. He was traveling na agwa muchirore chebikajjo banange. The lorries, those sugarcane lorries have killed a lot of people in Uganda. But I don't know why they don't have standards for those lorries. So the Kariro agriculture officer died just like that. And this is something that happens often. It's really sad that happened, and we have lost another brain. That's in Budomero sub-county. Yatomede lunaku at around 7 p.m. Yeah, I think yabade tachirabye. Remember those lorries don't have reflectors. Atena abasajja abavuga pitch ne boda ebisere mu abutara ababu akabutono. I think that's why they are improvising to put those really bright things that make us blind when we are driving. But oyo yafudde. And I think this should be for the traffic police and government in general to try and mitigate, because there is a raffle that I remember that had an entire family. The entire family died. We have constantly seen chigeges and drones hitting these lorries, killing multiple people. But somehow, I think the sugarcane business is bigger than all of us. Nobody touches them. Tebagamba tekako reflectors. Bavugaga motoka gakadde nnyo. There must be someone big behind the sugarcane business. Nti ebimotoka bye tebikwatwako. So we lost a brilliant person, because tomaraga yingira, of course, abadde ndoza anaatera ku upgrading ave ku pitch ngaggwe bwe nkugamba bulijjo. Don't ride a motorcycle if you can afford a car. And if you're riding a motorcycle, please be careful. Mwabantu mwabavuga motorcycles. I know pichi ewoma, but try as much as possible to be careful to not die just like that. Kubaka to omusajja afudde moto. Kuba abasajja abakulu ennyo tebavuga pichi mu government. Bavuga motoka. Either begabira oba ne babagabira. It's really sad what happened. And in China, mujukira abachina tubamanyiko ekintu kimu kutuleetera COVID. They brought COVID for us. But in China, a man killed 35 people and injured 46 more. He drove his car into a crowd. You know how you be on Kampala Road there. Omya inajanga, vuganga, tomera abantu. Now I have phobia. I already had phobia. For me, the phobia I had was of these guys that kick you. Ne batwala ebintu byo. That's the phobia. Iranze ntambula ndinti. Ntambula ntunula emabeganda be tebankuba. But in China, a man yatomedde abantu. He's called Fan. Guy went a fan manyaga China. A man called Fan went ahead and knocked people. Kukubo bagamambu. He was frustrated. This happened outside a place called Zuya Sports Center. So he says he's being divorced by his wife, and because I think the wife is taking a lot of his things, he got devastated. Nayenze. You're getting divorced. Life doesn't end there. But anyway, that happened. We have not seen anything like that here in Uganda. Normally, we have seen people that poison their own families, which is also sad. But we have not seen someone that knocks other people. At least Ugandans value their cars, because once you knock people, your car is not coming from the police. But that happened in China, and it's really sad. And of course, for the guys that are going through a tough time, it doesn't matter what tough time you're going through, as long as you're still healthy and standing. Never ever feel the urge or the need to knock down the people using your car. We have seen it before, where people knocked traffic officers down. We have seen that. We have seen people shooting traffic officers. But of course, we have not seen people knock other people down. Yes, what do you want? She knocked her husband, Namutta. era bamutwala mu court awo, it was news, but then people, you know why people are not surprised, you get, but yatomera bawe. I think that's the one piece of news that I can tell locally that happened with someone knocking down another person, but generally to respecting anyo bantu bannaffe n'ekintu no ky'okutomera omuntu omutte ono omusajja ateekwa okuba yabadde tali mulamu bulungi era kimanyi bwe banamutwala to check him out, they'll realize that mentally he's not doing right. But that's what happened. But whatever you're going through, guys, never ever feel the urge to use your car as a weapon. If you're going through a very tough time, go with the motoka yo tekyalina kyekuyamba, you bring it to me and I sell it for you. Bwe ngamba nti committee members bo mulimu ayagala emmotoka eno ngimuguze sente nzigulemu obutwa. But of course, never ever think of killing yourself. It's they are good things for the men. Birungi abakyala bayitirivu kati nga weta kuba n'abakyala abali wano mu abakazi. Of course, I don't know what women want, but nabo benyini tebamanyi baagala. Ne at least abasajja bo kimanyi nti omusajja kasitoba nga abakyala we bali ne plente, you cannot think of killing yourself. So never ever think of killing yourself or other people. Okitegeera. Naye kati anti obuzibu bubaawo singa abakyala babaawo ng'ate mutakatagira awo. Kale omusajja yakoze bubifaani oyo, naye gwe don't ever think of doing that.
This week's car tip for you who is driving a car but you're not a mechanic is here. Now, as you drive your car every day, it's very tempting for you to start your car just like that. However, it's good for you to warm your car. Warm it up a little bit. I know, bajja kugamba nti moroka zino ziri modern, start and go. And yes, it will work for some time, but it's a very good thing when you start your car, let it run for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Oil alinye bulungi to lubricate all these parts, yeah? Ekikuru gwe kyoba otandikise emmotoka yo ku makya, the reason why you should be starting your car in the morning and let it run for about 30 to 40 seconds is one, you want the oil to go to all the right places. And of course, sometimes when you start your car and drive away right away, you will not know what's wrong with your car. But once you start your car n'ogiwulirizamu katono, you listen to it, you might dictate things that you would not ideally dictate if you just start and go. So the tip today is that starting this week, start your car, let it run for 30 seconds to 40 seconds or even 1 minute. Personally, I run my car for up to 5 minutes. And I've been doing that for the longest period of time. I never have engine problems, at least because I run my engine. And of course, if you go to work very early in the morning, warm your car up, because when you start the engine is still cold. When the engine is still cold, the parts in there ziba running cold. Wabule moroka we maro kubuguma mu katono etambula mangu. Remember also in the morning you want to start your car and give yourself warmth, run the AC immediately, which is not proper. So let the car run for some time so that by the time you put AC to load the engine, it has now pulled into the mode of actually being driven. Well, thank you very much for being part of this this edition of the weekly car roundup. I hope to see you next Saturday. Gwechowomanya buli Saturday tugenda batukola bwoti, and it will get better and better and better. Buli kola bakaganamu ngomanya kaddako kagenda kudda katerede. I'll see you next time. Keep it for the love of cars. Share this video as far as you want. You can ask your questions and they'll get asked next weekend. May God bless you. Ciao.